And these are like high intensity sessions in terms of, like you mentioned, because we were talking about this earlier, all your working sets are to failure.
I'd say so.
Or
I
attempting
don't
to.
quite push to failure on the hack squats and say leg press anymore. I used to just squat until I dropped on the hack squat, where Alberto taught me that. He says you don't have to go to absolute failure at everything. It's training smart. It's not just hammering yourself all the time. So I started incorporating things like that, literally just stopping a rep before I go down, which, I know when I'm about to go down, whereas if you say that to some other people, like leave a few reps in reserve, they might leave too many. But I know where that failure point is on legs. But everything else, like shoulder presses, chest presses, just push them to failure.
And with the shoulder presses, chest presses, failure to the point where you're trying to get it back up from the bottom and you can't, basically?
Yeah, I'd always give it a nudge. Say if you get the last one, you might just attempt another one. So just take it to, and I'd even count the half reps. So if I got 9 and then just nudged it a little bit, I'd just write in my book like 9.2. So I know that I've attempted one.
Right. So you know for next time. So, that's interesting because even for legs, you'll do, we'll say 2 sets per exercise for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. And those won't even be to absolute failure and beyond, like we'll say forced reps and whatnot, because you're thinking long term, you're thinking train smart, sustainability, and also with every additional rep past a certain point is additional risk, which I'm sure Berto has also preached. Actually, he has preached this. 1 rep won't make you necessarily, but it can break you, right? That quote that he's mentioned. But what have you found have you found any benefits to holding back a little bit with those movements as far as recovery is concerned?
Well, I only did it for the first time when I started working with Alberto, and contest preps are tough. You feel bad anyway, but I probably didn't feel as bad because I wasn't absolutely burying myself. And I were doing deloads, which I'd never done before. I used to just train all the way through, and then you just said, right, for your next 4 workouts, don't take anything to failure, same weights as usual, don't push anything to failure. So I did that and actually benefited from it as well. The refeeds weren't as high as when I coached myself, so they were quite moderate. But yeah, definitely just backing off the training intensity helped a little bit, I'd say.
Okay. And for the offseason, you're going to keep that intact as far as that approach, if you will?
Yeah, but I'll push as hard as I can. Like I say, it's hard to get to absolute failure anyway on, say, leg press, to the point where you have to push it up with your legs, because I train by myself and I've not gone down yet, say on a hack squat or a pendulum where you go for a rep and have to go down and then take all weights off. I've not got to that point yet, so I'm pushing hard, but not probably as hard as I used to.
Let's dive into frequency. So how often are you hitting each body parts, for example? And is it dependent upon the body part?
Well, the split that I'm following at the minute is push-pull legs, and with a rest day before and after every leg workout. It seems to